Come on in. It's Queen. Let's go. Come on in the room. We don't own the rights to the music, but we own this moment. It's Sheba El-Amin. Say hello as you come in. Step by step, I'm on my way. Nothing's ever gonna stand in my way. I was born to rise. Every little step changing my whole life. I believe I receive everything that's meant for me. I'm becoming unstoppable. Come on, we getting ready to talk. Come on in, we getting ready to talk. Back to school is almost here. Sheba El-Amin is here for you. You know I got something. Come on. Say hello in the chat as you come in. Share this live. Somebody may need to get it. They may need to get it live. I'm creating my reality. No more doubting who I am. I believe in every plan, even when I cannot see. Life is working perfectly. I'm becoming unstoppable. Nothing is impossible. Every door is opening. My whole life is blossoming. I'm becoming unstoppable. Higher than I've ever known. Every dream is calling me. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I choose courage, I choose faith, I choose love every day. All right, y'all. Here we are. It is Tuesday. And no, I didn't put out that I was going to be live, but I tell you, I have a word for you. It was a message that was dropped in my belly, and I have to get it out. So yes, it is about 6:43 p.m. here where I am. If you are in another time zone, say hello in the chat and let us know where you are from. We are just going to take a few moments out of your evening, and I want to give you a sip of inspiration with Sheba El-Amin. Yep, that's me. That is me. So real quick, those of you who have children preparing to go to school in just a few days, raise your hand. Where are you? So I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the parents. I'm talking to the supportive family members. I'm talking to the neighbors. Everybody who has their hand on these children. This message is for you. So I ask that you come in, you say hello, you share the live, okay, and interact with me. You know I like it. But we're not going to be here long because this is so straightforward and so direct to becoming. That word has come up so many times today. Becoming. And it just hit me when somebody brought something to me and I said, oh my goodness, I am becoming. So here we are tonight with a sip of inspiration with Sheba El-Amin. I wanted to let you know that we must, and it's a must, you hear that, we must be strong in who we are and teach our children to be strong in who they are becoming. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this back to school prep talk? Real quick. It's not about school supplies. It's not about backpacks. It's not about any of that. It's about what's on the inside and what comes out when you are becoming. All right. So tonight we are going to talk about, real quick, friends versus faculty. So first, we must teach our children to walk confidently in who they are and who they know themselves to be. Just like at 40, right, you'll know more about yourself. But when you're younger, right, school age,
high school, even early college. Excuse me, y'all. Even early college, you are still becoming, right? So listen, applying what the children, what they learn, what they taught, right? What they have intentionally learned. And then there are things that they learn by observation. This is how the children are walking today. Is their confidence lining up with what is in their environment, what they're surrounded with? Because just like I said, we are teaching children to walk confidently in who they know themselves to be. Again, our children aren't always with us. So we must prepare them. We're going to get to that word shortly. So listen, the question is, how do you know how your child is walking if you're not talking? Come on now. That hits some homes, I know. I have been guilty of allowing work to consume all of my energy, and then my children would get very little of me. It's not okay. So again, when we notice things, we must be intentional about fixing them, about making things better. We have to put in what? Effort. What's that other word, that A word that I always say? Action. You have to put that action in. So listen, teaching children to become their own advocates at a young age is crucial. When those children begin to formulate sentences, be able to express their emotions, they also need to be able to speak up for themselves. And then they grow to even speak up for others. But I want your children, you need to make sure your children understand to concentrate on themselves first. And that's why I'm here tonight. So, focusing on faculty and staff, we have to teach our children to become their own advocate at a young age, right? Encouraging them to become acquainted with faculty, staff, and admin. You know, the people who are responsible for them, the people who's supposed to protect them, the people who's supposed to keep them safe, right? We want our children to not be misbehaving because you want to play with your friends. But we want our children to respect the people who are getting up and coming to a place to protect them, to teach them, right? So we got to talk to our children, because a lot of times children think school is a time to play, which there are sections of the day that they can play. Look at me rhyming. But we must help our children understand that they are in school to what? Learn, increase skills, and be safe while doing so. That's the primary mission. So again, if you're not talking to your children and setting them up for success, right? Because the success part is them knowing that they are going into a place where not only will they be protected and be safe, is where they have to put in effort and be safe as well. Follow rules. Listen. Do. And not to say that adults can't learn from children. We're not going to take away from them, because I have met some intelligent children, including my own. Haven't you? Right? And sometimes as adults, if we slow down, we can do what? We can learn from them. And to be honest, you should be able to, if you have been teaching them to have an open mind, to ask questions, right? So again, let me get back. I'm trying to stay on here. That's why I'm looking at my notes. I'm looking at my notes trying to stay here, because this is important. So with me saying that, I say no longer is the phrase, I don't have to explain myself to you. It's not acceptable anymore, because we must explain to our children that what they think they may not need to know, it will expose them to the possibilities of what they may encounter later on in life. My children and I was talking about it, and we said outside of the Bible, there is no book that teaches you how to be in this life. So again, we must study, we must research, we must apply, and we must continue to grow. So let me get here. Preparation. Are you ready? Are you ready for the summarized definition for preparation? You ready? A summarized definition of preparation is the process or action, there's the word, of making something ready, or getting yourself ready, for a specific purpose, event, or task. It involves planning, organizing, and taking action in advance to ensure success or readiness. Come on. Y'all know before I started doing these affirmations, I had began breaking down words. We're going to get back to that as well because the importance of words is clear. I'm looking at today's society and some people don't know the definitions of simple words. Like nice, like respectful, like helpful. Not to say it's not some people out there, some children out there, not to say that because I do see that. But I say the more that this technology is in place and it's not making us think, it's doing auto-correct and auto-spelling and ordering your food and all of that stuff, we don't think as much as we used to. But I promise you, in this house. So I encourage that is in your house as well. Take that time, carve out 10 minutes a day. At minimum, 10 minutes a day and sit with your children. I have 4 in the home, and I do my best to intentionally give them 10. I had extended it to 15. 10 to 15 minutes of uninterrupted attention on them so that I can learn more about them. We have to be intentional. I have a middle child who feels as if she's the middle child, and I have to remind her, I see you. I see you. And I have learned so much about her just by sitting down, because she think don't nobody see her, but I see you. But by sitting down with her intentionally, I've learned some of the things that she like and dislike and some of her dreams. Like, it's beautiful. So outside of the chores, outside of packing, pre-packing backpacks before we go back to school, I encourage you to sit down with your children and remind them of the mission, right? That mission of going to school to learn, increase skills, and be safe while doing so. So again, I'm just Sheba El-Amin, coming to you with a sip of inspiration. I didn't have my coffee today, but I do got me some water. There go another clue. Hydrate yourself. It's hot out there. It's hot out there, and August is not even here. August is the hottest month. Hey, Miss Linda Patterson, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much. I know that you have, your children are grown and stuff. Some of us still have to get there. But even with your grown children, check in on them. Check and see, are you still, your morals still straight? Your values still? Come on, how's your heart posture? That intentionality, those 10 minutes can be so powerful. Just as they recommend reading 10 minutes a day with your children. They don't just say it just because. There is importance in the small moments in life. I ask that you embrace them. So again, this is a sip of inspiration with Sheba El-Amin, and I hope that you have enjoyed this Becoming Talk Back to School edition. And I look forward to seeing y'all again really, really soon. And because you saw me, you know that I was obedient to what was being told for me to do. I encourage you to do the same thing. Whatever you are supposed to do, don't wait. Do it now. Preparation. Remember our word, preparation. The process or action of making something ready or getting yourself ready for a specific purpose, event, or task. All right, y'all. Y'all know I'll keep talking. But again, I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for interacting in the comments. And thank you for heading over to YouTube and subscribing to A Sip of Inspiration with Sheba El-Amin. Don't forget to follow me on all my other stuff, Inspirations by Sheba, where I create and design any occasion gifts all year round. And you know it's back to school, so I got some mug gifts for the teachers. Connect. The email is info at inspirationsbysheba.com. And my last plug, y'all already know that you have went ahead and you've been tuning in over on OPNS 97.1 24/7 Inspiration Station. I need you to make sure you're tuning in. And you can just come on over to any of the social media and let me know that you heard the inspirational music and that you heard my voice. So I'm going to leave now. Y'all be good, be positive, not only to yourself, others too. I'll see y'all around.